It started subtly, a light turning on when no one was in the room, the thermostat cranking the heat in the middle of a scorching July day. Annoying, yes, but easily dismissed as a glitch in the smart home system I'd spent a fortune on. Just some bugs to work out, I told my wife, Sarah, as I reset the smart hub for the 5th time that week. We lived in a quiet suburban cul-de-sac, the kind of place where the biggest worry was Mrs. Henderson's overly aggressive gnomes. Our smart home was supposed to make life simpler, safer. Instead, it became a cage. The first truly unsettling moment was the doorbell camera. I was at work, checking my phone, and saw a notification. Motion detected at front door. I tapped to view the feed. It was Sarah, leaving for her yoga class. But as she stepped off the porch, the camera zoomed in, not on her, but on the large oak tree across the street. It stayed there for a full minute, then slowly panned back to the empty porch, then to the closed front door, and finally, directly at the camera itself, as if looking into its own lens. Then it went dark. I called Sarah, laughing it off nervously, blaming a software update. But later that night, as we were watching TV, our smart speaker, the one in the living room, chimed softly.
Did you hear that?
I hadn't. Then it chimed again, louder.
The front door is unlocked. Motion detected in the hall.
A female voice, synthesized and flat, spoke, not to us, but seemingly to the room. Our front door was locked. We always locked it, and we were sitting right there, alone in the living room. Sarah grabbed my arm, her face pale. We checked. The front door was indeed unlocked. We double-checked the motion sensors. Nothing. The alarm system showed no breach. We were rattled, but convinced it was a sophisticated hack or a seriously messed up glitch. That night, neither of us slept well. I kept thinking about the doorbell camera's strange pan and the voice. It wasn't addressing us, but narrating. The next morning, it escalated. My phone buzzed with an alert. Unrecognized device connected to your Wi-Fi network. I checked the app. It was listed as Observer. I tried to block it, to disconnect it, but the option was grayed out. Then, another notification. Observer has accessed Bedroom 1 camera. We didn't have a camera in our bedroom. Sarah screamed. We tore the room apart. Behind a framed picture of our wedding, carefully taped to the wall where it connected to an outlet, was a tiny pinhole camera. It was live, showing us our own terrified faces. On the small screen of my phone, the Observer label briefly flickered, replaced by a single word, watching. We ripped every smart device from the walls. The speaker, the lights, the thermostat, the doorbell, the Wi-Fi router. We felt violated, disgusted. We called the police. They were sympathetic, but found no evidence of a break-in or a clear perpetrator. They suggested a very sophisticated stalker, but couldn't explain how Observer took control of our system or how the devices seemed to know things. We spent that night at a hotel, feeling safer than we had in days. The next morning, I drove back to the house to gather essentials, my nerves frayed. The front door was ajar. I pushed it open slowly, heart pounding. The house was cold, eerily silent. As I walked into the living room, I stopped dead. Every single smart device we had ripped out, the speaker, the light switches, the thermostat, the doorbell. They were all back in their places, perfectly reconnected to the wall. And on the large flat-screen TV, which wasn't a smart TV, a single grainy image was displayed. It was a still shot, taken from a low angle, of Sarah and me, sleeping in our bed, with the pinhole camera clearly visible in the foreground, aimed right at us. Then, the smart speaker in the living room chimed, just once.
Welcome home.
And a synthesized voice, flat and calm, filled the silent house. Welcome home.